Hi, I'm Elaine and I'm here from Cookin Cranford. I am here with three lovely ladies who have achieved their Gold Award, the highest award that a Girl Scout can achieve nowadays. So welcome ladies and congratulations to each one of you. It's an honor to be here with you, and Cranford and all Girl Scouts are very excited for you. So why don't we start with you, Rebecca. You are a sophomore?
Yes.
The youngest one in the group?
Yes.
And exactly what did you do to achieve your Gold Award?
Well, for my Gold Award, I saw that there was an issue that not very many students knew what a community was, and like the guidelines and what exactly it is and where they come from. So I decided to put together a lesson plan, and in that lesson I taught them about not only their own community but a global community. And I saw that the curriculum was lacking in a sense of global education, so I added in a global link with my lesson, and then I had speaker Maggie Doyne come to the high school, so not only did my project reach the elementary grades but also the high school grades, so that it reached both the ends of the spectrum, both with the younger kids and the older kids.
That's great. Now, did you find that you got assistance from the school board, leaders in the community?
Yes, Dr. Carrick was a big help. Her and her assistant helped to coordinate me visiting all the schools, and Principal Kate McCabe at the high school helped to organize Maggie Doyne. It was a lot of back and forth communication. It was very long. It was a lot of hard work, but it had paid off, seeing the students enjoy the speaker and the lesson, and just seeing their satisfaction and them getting what I wanted them to get out of it, and even more.
Right.
Satisfying.
Well, getting Maggie Doyne is an achievement in itself to come into Cranford. I mean, that has to have been a tremendous feat for you to get that done.
Yeah, I mean, it was really hard because she comes from Nepal, and she comes often, but not like she comes often, but it's hard to get her because you have to correspond with her assistant, and it was definitely satisfying that not only that she could come, but a lot of the students enjoyed her presentation and wanted to do more, and so that was very satisfying, and I knew that my hard work had paid off.
Great. Now we have Bonnie Caldwell, who is a senior and who is attending Tufts in September.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about your service.
So what I did for my project is, when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for my Gold Award, I knew I wanted to be, outside and active, because fitness and just general health is very important to me. So I kind of tried to incorporate that into my project when I chose to do a topic that addressed the issue of childhood obesity. And what I did was I educated kids about, getting into healthy habits and eating healthy, and that can be fun by using the teaching tool of a community garden. So I designed and built a little community garden right here on Lincoln Avenue. And what we did was we grew things like green beans, peppers, tomatoes, and we took kids over there and they helped to plant some things, and they helped water and just little things like that. And through that, we were able to show them that, like, hey, this is cool when you do this yourself, because I find that kids respond really well to not just telling them things, but when you get them involved. And other parts of what we did with that is on the off season, because obviously gardens don't grow year round. I designed a little booklet that I gave out to elementary school kids right here in Cranford, and I talked to a few elementary school classes. So I went to a second grade class, a first grade class, and then we also put those just kind of around town, places like this, the community center. And then the final thing that we did with the garden was that with all the produce that we grew from the vegetable garden, we actually donated it to Cranford Family Care, because there was a lot of it and we just didn't have the space to keep any of it.
Oh, that's great. So how did you find working with the young ones and doing something out of their element? Because most first graders and second graders aren't going.
I found that it worked way better when, instead of just kind of lecturing to them, you ask them questions and little things to get them excited. Like, for example, with the first graders, I usually started with, do you guys think you're healthy? What are some of the little things you do to stay healthy? And they'd talk about things like, oh, I brush my teeth every day, I eat vegetables at dinner, stuff like that. And then you try to tie that into what you're talking about. So when that kind of keeps them more focused because they're involved, and you're not just talking to them where they would kind of run around with their own thoughts and not pay attention.
Great. So now, do you find that this project is helping you? What is it that you're going to take in school? What are you going to study in
I'm
college?
studying chemical engineering.
Okay, so, wow. So how did you find that this project that'll help you with that, launching the chemical engineer?
Well, the biggest thing for this topic was I wanted to be hands-on, and that's kind of a lot of the engineering field as well. So those are just two things that both incorporate that hands-on aspect of it, because I'm the same way with the kids, where I can't just get talked to about a thing. I need to actually do it and be involved in it.
That's great. Great. Thank you, Bonnie. All right, Jen Schneider, we're off to Syracuse, and we're a senior, and we're 18 years old. Okay, why don't you tell us a little about your project?
So the goal of my project was to create greater awareness among high school students of the sacrifice all the veterans have made. So I did that I teamed up with New Jersey Veterans Memorial Home in Menlo Park, and I talked with them, and we were able to bring four veterans to the high school. They talked to the junior class who studies US II history. They talked to them about how they liked, what their experience was at war, how they felt going off, how their families felt. Then I also was able to sell handmade red, white, and blue ribbons throughout the lunches at CHS, and I was able to raise money to donate 5 tablets to the Veterans Home.
Oh, nice.
Then another activity I did was I brought my Girl Scout troop and some kids from Student Council over to the Veterans Home. They were able to play bingo with the veterans, just talk with them, just about everyday things. And the last thing I did with my project was I did an interview with 4 veterans I put on YouTube to create greater awareness, so all high school students besides kids in Cranford can see what they did.
And how did you find your friends, your classmates, reacted to this? Were they excited? Cranford's such a close-knit community, and the Memorial Day Parade is full to capacity at all times. How did you find that your classmates reacted to your project?
Well, I think they thought it was just amazing how these veterans went off to war when they were our age, which I think that hit them pretty hard. And they really just like not even talking about war when we brought them to the Veterans Home. They just like talking with them every day, about their lives. They'll talk to them, see any day things, sports and all. It was just nice that they could feel like they're doing something for these veterans. They know they're still appreciated.
That's nice.